bigger place. The husband was, and he fulfilled. It's a big property, big house, really big. Children are grown up, they are on their own way. This old couple lived in this big house. Now he's gone. When he's gone, now she's alone. Big house, it is a burden. Do you know? This monk's tale, this body is a burden. The body itself is a burden. And apart from this body, the mind is the greatest burden. We put so much of garbage in our mind, all unnecessary stuff, feelings, emotion, impression, ideas, imagination, fantasy, and anger, frustration, unhappiness. Oh God, it is really, really pity. However, the sadhus, the spiritual seekers, they consider what this body is, what this life is. They say, people say it is a prison. The soul is imprisoned. Think little deep. What is the difference between prison and your house? I don't know if you have gone to any prison. I have been. Don't be scared to hear that. Why did you visit? I have been to prisons many times, but for spiritual activities, for satsang for the inmates in the prison. Suppose there is a room in the prison for the prisoner. You cannot lock the door from inside. There is nothing to lock. I don't know if you know it. The room which is allotted to you, you cannot lock from within, but they can lock from outside. You can be locked from outside, but you cannot lock yourself inside. If you have a house, you can lock from inside, you can lock from outside. If you have a room for your own, you can close from inside, you can close from outside. I hope it is clear. This body is not a prison, it is a house. In Sanskrit, there is a humorous verse that house is not a house if you don't have a wife. Na gruha gruham ityahu, na gruham ityahu, gruhinim gruham uchyate. House is not a house if you don't have you are a householder, not that having a house. You should be a couple. There is a beautiful devotional song in Odia. What is the beauty in having a parrot if the parrot cannot sing the name of the Lord? People keep parrot and they train the parrot. My sister had a parrot. The sister's parrot, they taught it so much. It could speak Radhe Krishna, it just in human voice. Chakradhara, Pakhi Janmaru, Mukti Kara, Muralidhara. Oh God, liberate me from the life of this bird. The parrot is singing, chanting. And this is trend. Do not parrot learn by itself something. My sister's eldest daughter, her nickname, is Chabi. Maybe my sister would be calling, Chabi, where are you? The parrot imitated and started talking. Sometimes he will tell Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And sometimes he will tell, Chabi, Chabi, where are you? This is what mind is. Even if you don't train the mind collects all these things, impression, ideas, memory, frustration, unhappiness of God, miserable. This body is a prison, but not a prison. It is a house. You can close from inside, you can open it. If you want to go out, open, and lock from outside, go. If you want to be within, close. Nothing's. Mind should be like that. Lock the mind. Sri Gurudev planned his life. He planned his life sadhana first. He told me when he was meditating in his early days means during his time in ashram, sometimes the mind will tell, read Gita. So he told the mind, you can read the Gita later. Meditation first. Gurudev said, do you know, I love to listen to music. During those days, there was no system like now. The music is radio. And Gurudev had a radio. Gurudev said, no music. No devotional song, no flute music. He liked. Gurudev loved to sing. Meditation first, singing next. Gurudev said, do you know what happened to me? He told, this melody remains in the brain. I'm meditating and the melody is ringing in the brain, in the mind. It is not meditation. It is melody. Gurudev told, and it is practical. How mind can deviate you, can distract you from your practice. It was so nice to be with Gurudev and to listen to his experience and to apply it in life. How I should grow up. We all are human beings. We all have come to path of spirituality by our own choice. The mind will play trick. We should be very strict to our own mind. No. This telling no to mind, this is sadhana. Closing the eyes, sitting for few hours is fine. But the rest of the time, how is your mind? When Sri Gurudev told, even during meditation these things happen, Sri Gurudev said, I did not go on pilgrimage because he was a student, from student then job. But during his student career, he was involved in sadhana. And during his job also, he was doing his own sadhana. Then came to Yukteswarji with job. So he said, from my home, Habibpur, there is a holy place, Santipur. It is few miles away. And that there was his sister's home. Sister was married there. Every year there is a festival. And that festival during their school exam and little before exam. Never he went. Later on he never he went till he finished his, he said, first I'll complete my course. Course means meditation. Then pilgrimage. He did not go for pilgrimage anywhere, nothing. Only in Puri, because he was living in Puri, he went once in a while to Jagannath temple, and that is also in silence, not talking with anybody, just going quietly and nothing else. Gurudev planned his life in a very nice way. And in his plan, what happens in human beings, we are human beings. This world is a drama. The entire creation is a drama. And in this drama, we all are actors. In the cosmic drama, each individual, it is your individual drama. If we live in a family or ashram, this is an ashram drama or family drama. So there are many dramas going on, many theater, many plays. In cosmic play, God has his, design for each one of us. In individual drama, we all have our play. When the individual plan, cosmic plan coincides, again, remember, when individual plan and cosmic plan coincides, we get lots of things done smoothly. When individual plan is against the cosmic plan, we get like this. It doesn't work. There is some. This is for the total, God's creation, cosmic plan. In individual drama, I want to make a short story or a big novel. I want to make one act play or many acts. I don't know, here in West, the movies are how long?
88 up to 2 hours.
So, up to 2 hours. So in India, the movies were up to 3 hours. There was one movie, it was 4 hours. In these long movies, ordinary movie, 3 hours. So there is one interval. There's pause. And in this one movie, there was double pause, two intervals. What type of drama we want to make in our life, our personal drama? We want to make it very short, or we want to extend it. Choice is ours. What Gurudev did, he said, okay, I want to make it shortcut. His plan, and he became successful. His drama ended with his realization. Sri Gurudev's drama ended with his realization. Finished. Be very clear. Those who are spiritual masters, those who stay back after their attainment of that state, it is not for their own will, it is for his will, God's will. So the drama which he continued from 1948 onwards till 2002, it was not his plan. If he would have planned, for example, I will give talks. I told many times that Gurudev, even after the 1948, those years, he did not come out. He didn't have any people. You will be surprised to hear, ashram had no electricity. Even in 50s, no electricity. Staying in darkness, content. One person came who had some personal problem and told about his problems to Gurudev. Gurudev looked at his astrological chart and told, you have this trouble, you do this, the trouble will be nullified. And he did it, and he got success. He came back to Gurudev with a joyful state, and he said, you are staying in darkness, you are giving light to others. I want to arrange for electricity. Gurudev said, what do you want to do? He said, I will take all the cost for electrification. He said, who will pay the electric bill? It is one desire, and desire breeds desire. So this morning I was sitting in the car, in the driver's seat, and the passenger was Peter Baba. I don't know Peter Baba knows how to drive or not. I don't know. He doesn't have driver's license. He doesn't know. So the passenger doesn't know how to drive. The driver doesn't know how to drive. And both are sitting in the car. And one is on the driver's seat, the other is the passenger. None of them know how to drive. Never I had a thought that I'll learn how to drive. If you drive, you have freedom. Never. Never any wish. Bicycle is good. I had the wish and I am using it till now. That's all right. But nothing beyond. No need. This mind. So what happens with spiritual masters? They live for us, they live for others. When this engineer who had trouble, and he was working in the electricity department, he told, I'll do this electrification. Gurudev said, who will pay the bill? I don't want to go further. This is how Gurudev lived. If he could have told, you do this, people could have done it. He never did it. In 1980s, maybe 86, 87, because till 85, we didn't have telephone in ashram in Puri. I remember when Prabhuji left his body, I went outside to telephone Gurudev that he left body. Gurudev came from Europe, concerting his program to when Prabhuji was really critical. He landed in Delhi, Prabhuji has left the body. So there was no telephone. Same thing happened. A disciple who was a very big person in telecommunication department, he managed telephone connection to ashram. Otherwise, no telephone. Till late 80s, there was no refrigerator. The purpose of telling what type of life he lived, content life, this much fine. Gurudev used to say, if you read that book, somewhere it is written, one disciple is narrating, I think they're from Bremen. Gurudev was to go to Bremen. And in Hamburg, program is going on. And they are worried, how can they take care of him? How to cook, what to cook? And Gurudev told in the meditation class, don't worry about me. My life is very simple. Rice, dal and boiled potato. He was guiding meditation and he was talking during meditation because that person is thinking during meditation what to do. And Gurudev is telling, don't worry about me. My life is very simple. Rice, dal and boiled potato. That is what Gurudev lived. And Gurudev came to West for whom? Whose design was it? Why did he come? He didn't come for anything else. Do you know? If he would have wanted, he came in 1974, he could have established big ashrams, done this, that, publicity. No. He really maintained very, very low profile. Low profile means down to earth. Stayed with, can you imagine, even till 1994, 95, even 96, some places, he always stayed at people's home. Many times he had to adjust so much. It is not that everywhere it was so nice and pleasant, but he adjusted himself in a very humble way. Life is an adjustment. Now come back to our life. We are celebrating Gurudev's life. How is our life? What is the plan? Gurudev planned his life, he fulfilled, and he gave priority. This is priority in my life. I will work on myself. That's all. I have heard from people, those who have seen Gurudev. I have heard people, those who have seen Yukteswarji and Gurudev together. I have seen people, those who have seen Gurudev in his young age, as Rabin Brahmachari. I've seen people. I've heard from them. As I told you, I have seen disciples of Sri Yukteswarji, four people. Those who have seen Gurudev with Yukteswarji also. And the best example is Prabhuji, who left his body in 1985. So, how he lived, how they lived, and that is the model in our front, how we should live. This morning I was reading Ramacharita Manasa. In the Ramacharita Manasa, it is a very interesting book. This book is written by Santa Tulsidas. It's Life of Lord Rama. It is not in Sanskrit. There are Sanskrit verses, few prayers, but mostly in the local language, the spoken dialect in North India. And when he wrote this because scriptures should be in Sanskrit, others, they criticized him. He said, is it Ramayana? It is a story of, but it's a very, very beautiful book. Not such a big book, but very deep meaning. In this, there is a verse that why do we suffer? Why there is suffering? Buddha said the desire is the cause of misery and suffering. Here Santa Tulsidas is telling Kala, Karma, Subhav, Guna. The complete verse is Ram Raj Nabhagesha Sunu Sachara Jagamahi Jnana Karma Subhav Guna Kruta Dukha Kahuri Nahi. He's telling 4 are the causes of suffering. One is Kala. Kala is time. One meaning of Kala is time. Yesterday, I really suffered. You say, what happened? So hot. I thought, what happened? Who switched on this heating? Last few days, there was little fluctuation in temperature. Yesterday it was, but it was, then immediately wanted to stop this misery. Kala is time. Time can be understood in many ways. One is the season, the weather. Too cold. If it's too cold, if you have possibility, you arrange something to warm up yourself. If there is no possibility, endure it. Do you know? Once I wanted to feel, how do people feel snow and cold weather in bare body? It was in Suttingargase. And there was a disciple there. I told, can you accompany me? I said, accompanied me. We went backside. It was snowing. There was good amount of snow. And he went with me. I told, never tell anybody. So I removed my clothes, my clothes, and sat on snow. How does one feel? Because you just think, now we have so much of comfort. You think of 500 years ago. How did people live? How did people... And do you know, during those days, really the health was good. Mind was better. Because they were strong and working hard. Body immunity was stronger, and now the immunity level is going so down. However, the seasons, the weather, this is kala, one meaning. It causes misery. Too hot, global warming, this, that. But there are ways how to deal with it, but it is not in our hand. Global warming it is in our hand. It is man-made. But cycle of season, it is not in human hand. Another meaning of kala is period of time. Satya Yuga, truthfulness, honesty. Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. Different period of time, it has its impact. We have no control over it as individual. Third meaning of kala is death. Third meaning of kala is death. Death is a trouble for many people. Do you know? How many of us are really prepared for death? One will tell, I am prepared for maybe escapist. Really, one is prepared just like Gurudev. He was prepared. Gurudev said, it is Gurudev's teaching in Bengali, Jibante marile moroner bhoy robena, robena, robena. If you can die while living, then there is, your death is no more a death. Die while living. What does it mean? Completing your course. That is die while, because there is no seed to germinate. No desire to germinate. No desire. It is all God and Gurus. God and Gurus told him to come here, come here. That Yukteswar is told, go back, go back. I told you that how he changed his ticket and go back. We were in Suttingargase. It was in, 1995, December. I forgot the date. It was maybe December 5th, 6th, something. I was to go to Zurich for program. Early morning, Gurudev called me to his room. He said, Yukteswarji came. I was curious to hear. Till now, Yukteswarji is coming to him. So he said, he told me. Then I was looking at him. He told me to transfer that Balighai property, which was in its personal name, to your name. What do you think? It is your guru and you, that is your business. What should I think? Why should I think? I kept quiet. I'll not elaborate. The guru disciple. The gurus. So, one is, Gurudev told, I am always prepared anytime. For death, I'm always prepared. Anytime the breath will stop, I'm ready. Swami Vivekananda told, he told, E jibone har jit dui holo. He told in Bengali, in this life, I have won a lot of battle. I have been defeated many times. Both I have faced. Ebar jabar jonno putla putli bendhe bose achi. The day he left his body, he is telling, now I have packed up my bag and ready to go. Then he started singing, Abba Shiva, par karo mere naya. Oh Lord Shiva, take me to the other shore. There was a holy man living in Vrindavan. Very, you can't imagine, extremely. And his name was Swami Purnananda Tirtha. But he was popularly known as Odiya Baba. And because he was from Odisha, born in Odisha. Very, very powerful. Very. And color festival. Color festival. People are applying color in him, and that, because Vrindavan, it is. He said, now you are playing color with me. After some time, I will play the festival of blood. Nobody could understand. You are putting color one day, the festival of blood. He had one person staying in ashram who had. One day, while he is doing satsang, he is sitting like this and satsang is going on, and he came with some iron something and hit on his head. There was blood and everything. He said not to do anything to him, and joyfully left his body there. For him, there is nothing. He forecasted this will happen. The death will come to any person at any time. No guarantee. Are we prepared? Joyfully prepared. So one is kala. The second one is karma. Karma, which we call as our own planted seed or stored in our backpack. When you see a fruit, so there is a tree surely. When you see a fruit, suppose a mango, even if mango cannot grow in Austria, we can get delicious mangoes, but surely there is mango in India or in Pakistan or from other countries, it is coming. So without tree, how it will come? Any result is coming to me, I see the fruit. That means I have planted the seed somewhere, sometime, although I don't see the seed, the tree now, but the fruit is there. Suppose I see the tree, but there is no fruit. It is going to give fruit. I did something. I think nobody will know it, but it is known. And the result will come to me. I can't escape. This is karma. Be very careful. I will not create new karma which will create trouble for me. I will exhaust as much as possible even to be free. Now the question comes sometimes, can we really be free? Because the karmas are of three types. Be very clear. Thinking is a karma. You are sitting and thinking something. Then you tell, oh, I don't want. But you have already thought. Any type of thought entering into our mind, it is manasa karma, mental action. Be very careful. Vachika karma. I scolded somebody. Vachika karma. Through words, any communication. Pleasant, unpleasant. Third is kaika, physical action. Physical action is very less. Verbal actions a little more. Mental actions, the thoughts, so much, and many times we do not have control over it. Be very careful. Be careful of your own thoughts, own emotion, own mental reaction. We are creating. When Santa Tulasidas is telling Kala Karma, two, cause of suffering, cause of misery, and it is including desire, it is including past karma, everything, karma. Then it is said guna. Guna is, triple qualities of nature. They are needed. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Suppose we are sitting here. Your desire to come here, there is a program, I'll go. It is Sattvic. You have to meditate. Suppose every day we should meditate. The desire to sit for meditation, this Sattvic desire. I'll meditate every day. I'll study. Sattvic desire. So Sattvic. Rajasic. Rajasic is needed. We have to work. We have to do this. My job, working in the garden, doing this. That is cooking in the kitchen. Rajasic. Rajasic, Sattvic, they should be combined. It's good. But Rajasic again, for example, I came for program. Sometimes people, they complain. Do you know what they complain? I went to the program, but Guruji didn't look at me. This is Rajasic. The Rajasic desire, he should have looked at me. He should have asked, how are you? At least he should have smiled, or at least he should have given a stroke on my head. At least. So this is Rajasic desire. You came, meditated, listened to, you saw him, that's fine. Be content. But the Rajasic desire once expects recognition, expects, and so on. Tamasic. Suppose I want to meditate. Even desire is Sattvic and your action is Sattvic, but Tamasic, Mr. Sleep or Mrs. Sleep. In Sanskrit, it is Mrs. Mrs. Sleep, come during to the bedroom, not to the meditation room, not while driving, not while working. You come, you have designated time, you come to the bedroom, not other time. Similarly, I'm meditating, Rajasic, don't come here. This is, I'm working, while working, the thought of meditation, no. So Gurudev said, do not be calmly active and actively calm. Do you know what does it mean? Cultivate Sattvic, Rajasic quality in you, decrease Tamasic quality. Calmness is Sattvic, activity is Rajasic. Both are needed. Be calmly active, actively calm. No confusion, no doubt, no laziness, because this is Tamasic. Nidra, alasya, pramada. Nidra is sleepiness, alasya, laziness, procrastination. I'll meditate tomorrow. No. Pramada, doubt, confusion, questioning. No. Tamasic. So when Gurudev said, be calmly active, actively calm, cultivate these two qualities more and more. Sobhava. Sobhava is the attitude, temperament, the trait. Problem comes. To see problem as a problem is ordinary. Problem is problem. To see the problem as too big, or because mind projects too much. How can I do this? It's nothing. You have to do it. Because it is your problem, you have to face it. Suppose a disease came to me, whatever disease might be. It can be terminal disease. Nobody knows. Suppose anything comes to me, first I have to accept it. Okay, it has come to me. Now I have to face it. How I will face it? Many times what happens, mind, because of this attitude, temperament, and mood, we project this little problem, little thing to so big. Do you know what happens? Something happens. We color it so much, we tell, do you know, I did this much, he did this to me. And we project it, and the mind gets like this, we are suffering. This Swabhava is the character. People have their different character. Swabhava is character, personality, temperament, attitude. They are the way they face. These four are causing the problems for our suffering. Time, for which I have no control. Kala is time. Second is karma. Whatever is being done, I have no control, but I can destroy. I can destroy. I will tell you, I can destroy. But what is to be done, I have control. I will do it or not. What is being done, I have no control. It is said that an archer has many arrows in his quiver, and usually it is kept here, and taking one and shooting. Which is already being shot and reach the target or hit the target, I have no control. But is being shot but not hitting the target, I have control. How to know? Suppose I am going to hit somebody, I will make sound so loud that before it hits, the person can be, meaning, suppose I have spoken something, it has gone out. Immediately I'll go and touch the feet. I'll tell, forgive me. I'll go and tell, excuse me. I've already told this. Straight. It is easy than covering up. Otherwise it is gone. That which is gone, there is no control. I was working recently on the book Hamsa Gita. By God's grace, it might be published next year. In Hamsa Gita, it is said about this word coming from the mouth. Be very careful. Any word coming from your mouth, it hits others. If it is good for others, fantastic. If it is unpleasant, so it hits the sensitive part in the life. The arrow which is in my hand, it is already not shot. Complete control. I'll not shoot it back. It is in my hand. The arrows which are in the quiver, I can completely destroy it. So arrows which in quiver, I will not do it. In my hand, I'll stop it. Which is already gone. I have no control, little control, but gone, done. What to do? Karma, whatever is being done in the past, we don't know. In this life, knowingly, unknowingly, we have done. Do you know what happens? The biggest mistake in our path? On the day of initiation, the teacher tells, in the name of the Gurus, When you are offering your fruits, you give all your karmas. Fruit is the fruit of action. Give all your karmas. Don't repeat. Meditate regularly so that again you will not be back. But we don't follow. We don't practice. Again we are back to our old habit. We are again in bondage, in trouble. Another thing, those who meditate regularly, meditation, prayer, it cleans the mind, destroys the karma. It is said by the masters, even if one is apichet sudurachara bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasthita hi saha. Even if one is the vilest, the worst, have done all the vicious things, can transform his or her life completely here and now in this life. It depends upon the desire. If one wants, Gurudev said, if your desire is great, it is in your hand. Gurudev gave the example, Ratnakar, the murderer who became Valmiki, Girish Ghosh, a disciple of Thakur Ramakrishna, who was of very low morale. He became really such elevated soul. Gurudev said, Angulimala, a murderer, became a favorite disciple of Buddha. He told Tulsidas, who authored the Ramacharita completely infatuated, so much attached with pleasure, complete transformation. If they could change their lives, Jesus said, go and don't repeat the mistake. He told, when people are trying to stone, he rescued. Everybody has left Jesus and see, and Jesus told, go and don't repeat the same life. We have to change. Nobody can change myself. I have to change myself. The masters, they will show the way. Masters will serve the food. Who is to eat? Who is to digest? Who is to assimilate? Sadhana destroys all karma. Fire of sadhana can burn the seed, the plant, the fruit, everything. Seed means future germination. Plant which is giving fruit. Fruit, whatever, everything can be destroyed if there is sincerity in sadhana. And where is that sincerity? If there is no salt or less salt in food, the tongue reacts. If the food is delicious and palatable, I want to eat a few more bites. And we are so much attached. Again, the masters of Kriya Yoga tell, don't worry. In every taste also love God. Taste it. But in the taste you love God. Don't forget God. Be in the world. But remember God when you are in the world. Spiritual masters say, head with the God and hands in the world. Head with God. Head means the mind with God and hands in the world. Do it. But we forget. Again and again and again we forget. Who will help us? Gurudev came 50 years ago, and 50 years ago to all of us in West, and he came to fulfill their masters, his masters' wish. He did, he lived and he did what he could. Now we are on the same path, remembering him and thinking of him and celebrating. But how to celebrate in our life? I will change myself. That determination. I will follow with joyfulness. I will not repeat the same mistake again and again. To be good, to do good, to see good, to every breath, every breath, every breath, every breath. Why cannot I change myself? How long it will take? Gurudev said, if your desire is strong, it takes a moment's time. One breath in the fontanel, one liberation. One breath. If you forget, again you are back. Every moment, again and again and again and again, I will try. I will not stop. Sri Lahiri Mahasaya said, Hardam laga raho re bhai, banat, banat, banjai. In every breath, tune your mind towards there. Through practice, you will, Gurudev said, practice, practice, practice. Surely you will behold the divine goal. Practice. Practice is in my hand. Do you know, it was so nice with, I take it as blessing of Gurudev. In the beginning, I was writing. Whenever he taught, I wrote something. Then I recorded his teachings. When he was not there, I was listening to his teachings and writing. And tape recorder back and forth to write down. So what happened? His voice, that is why most of his teachings, and those who stayed here also, for them, suppose I am telling Mangalanji, she used to translate. Every sentence to translate. Every sentence. So nice. He gave so much to us in every way. In the kitchen, he taught us. In his bedroom, he taught us. In the meditation class, sometimes I'll conclude this. Gurudev and me. It is in India, it is very common. And so I have to give talk and he's sitting next to me and he will be pushing from the back and interfering and tell this, do this. He whispers and pushes from the back. And suppose you are speaking in a flow and if some another thought is injected. So it was in 1997 in Florida International University. We had a program going on and Gurudev was doing this to me and people are packed auditorium and a disciple after the program told, why does Gurudev torture you like this? I said, what torture? I forgot what he was telling. He said, when you are talking, he's interfering at every point and telling, do this, do that. But why he was doing this to you? I said, it is nice play. But how could you adjust with your talk and whatever he is telling and incorporating? And it was, I said, it is he is talking, not me. We have to, you can't imagine, wonderful teacher, unbelievable. But to follow, to love, and to accept, to be strict to ourselves, again to conclude, we have to change our mind. Nothing else. Nobody can help us. We have to change. Let us close our eyes for a moment. With deep love, let us think of God and Sri Gurudev. Let us pray to Sri Gurudev on this special day. O Gurudev, we are yours, your children. I am your child, bless me. I will not forget you. I will not forget your teaching. I will not forget your love. I will transfer myself, my life to be your worthy child. I bow to you again and again. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev on this special day. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Let there be peace, progress, and prosperity everywhere. Om. Amen. Thank you all.